I'd like to welcome you to the show, to the show, to the show. Introduce you to me, introduce you to me. Hope you like what you see, baby. Hope you like what you see. I would like to welcome you to the show, to the show, to the show. Introduce you to me, introduce you to me. Give me something to talk about, talk about. I'd like to thank you all for coming out tonight. You're looking so nice. Hey, we shining bright. I would like to sing for you a couple songs that I wrote, but let me clear my throat so I could give you something different than I did last time.
What's happening, everybody? What's happening? What's happening? Welcome to the Living Room TRT Production Rand and Tone Show. I am your host, Big Rand, a.k.a. Double Law 410, with my homeboy, Tony Tone, is in the house.
Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. I'm in the house today. You got me up early, told me you had some things on your mind, said you feel like talking about it.
Yeah, I want to just, first let's just get into
I got some time.
Get into one thing. It's a beautiful day, and thank God for allowing us to be out here to showcase our talent in front of the world. Amen? Amen. So first I want to get started about the strike. We almost went through a horrific strike. I think we might have overreacted a little bit.
What do you mean by that?
I think the people, when they found out that the harbors were going to go on strike, it hit the news, the first thing the people wanted to do was run to the stores and pick up all their local stuff, thinking that they needed everything, and it wasn't even the way it was. It wasn't even the way it was.
Well, that benefits the wholesale. I mean, the retail business.
Yes, it does.
When they do that, and then they wonder why there's nothing on the shelves.
You know, and it just made me think: do people really know where their food comes from?
That's a good one.
That's a good one. Yeah, Thank you. And you pointed out something to me that I thought made a whole lot of sense. You said to me, you know that our food is not accepted in other countries. People, we import food from country to country, but we don't export out. And you know, I was talking to you earlier and let you know the reason why is because we don't have real food, man.
Yeah, we don't produce good food, that's for sure.
That's for sure.
One thing that our country looked into is modifying and reproducing. And I said that people really need to look at processed food, the way the food is being processed, because you're not eating original food. Well, what I've learned is from processed food that if you're eating processed food, it makes it difficult for your body to process.
Right.
That's why a lot of us are dealing with constipation and different other things, dealing with our stomach and stomach problems and health all in general.
Yeah. It's just one of those things where we were just we were conversing over the banana.
Yeah.
And I pointed out to you, I said, you know, the original banana is not yellow and it comes full of seeds.
Okay.
And to me, it just seemed like, can I say this country or can I say the United States? What would be appropriate?
Both would be appropriate.
Okay, so let's just say this country, the United States. When they bring over the bananas, it's like they reproduce the banana in a different form.
That's part of the concept that I don't understand. Because if I'm seeing the banana on the tree is yellow, I'm seeing a bad growth. Is that what I'm looking at?
No, you're looking at, I would call it processed food.
But how do you process from the ground up?
So maybe they take a sample of a banana, two different type of apples, because if I believe there's more than 10 types of bananas in this world. Maybe I could be wrong, I could be right. And it seems like they find the one that when it grows seedless or it grows yellow in a certain form, because you notice that if you put a banana out and you leave it out, it'll rot.
You know what? You're actually right on a lot of things, because if you go to the supermarket when the bananas first get there, they are green. They turn
green.
Yellow after. Okay.
So it's a process, and even down to the chicken that we eat.
Well, that's a whole nother story.
You know, but
whether understanding whether it's real or not.
Yeah, if the chicken is real or not.
Yeah.
The fact that we could even make fake chicken.
There are factories out there that's making totally processed chicken.
Yeah,
no
see?
chicken
added. No chicken byproducts. It's none of it is chicken.
Right.
And it bottles the mind. How much other things that we eat that are being manifested? I mean, is that really healthy for the body? It can't be.
You know, I come to the conclusion that in this world, the only thing that's healthy for you is food that you prick fresh off the tree.
That you can grow,
basically.
Right.
Walnuts, corn, rice, potatoes, lettuce. I'm not even sure about.
And that's if you're growing it.
That's if you're growing it.
Everything,
tomatoes,
just like the fruits and vegetables, those are all injected also.
Right.
To help mass produce, mass grow, increase in size, all of that.
So why do you think the country goes in a panic when they hear food shortage, when you already buying shortage of food? In other words, you already buying a product that's not healthy for you. So you're going to go out and panic. It's like, when we go through the pandemic and people were shutting down things, the first thing people grabbed was paper towel and tissue and canned goods, not realizing I get the paper towel and the tissue. I get that. But you got rags in your house. You got running water. Listen, in the olden days before
you're going back to the olden days.
No, but I'm
this generation is not used to the olden
right,
days.
But I'm going back to survival.
This generation doesn't know survival. They know handouts.
So
they know what's out there already.
What do you think is going to happen if they stop making paper towels and toilet tissue? How you going to clean your ass? You're going to have to run some water, take some soap.
Right, but that should be the least of your worries.
Yeah, but why panic if you already have this stuff in your possession?
Well, people of this new generation, they've been known to panic on things such as toilet paper, which it's not food.
It's not food.
So what would cause the panic?
The lack of knowledge, the lack thereof.
Lack of their understanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The lack thereof. Because once people hear something is shutting down, they run to the stores to grab it out of mass production.
Them being in the United States and being privileged all these years, as I've heard foreigners say once they come over here, they don't know, a lot of them don't know struggle, don't know deal without, don't know not having fresh water and toilet paper. People in these countries are not even worried about toilet paper.
They're not.
That's really going through hard times.
You're right about that.
They're not even worried about toilet paper. They're worried about eating, making sure they can survive. Toilet paper is not going to stop you from surviving, not having it.
It's not.
But people here just used to wiping their ass.
That's why I said I never understood why people go through such panic, but yet and still you'll pay the price of a train ride where violence is at an all-time high. You see, and if the media tells you something, if the media puts out, hey, we having a food shortage, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, it's out in the media, the panic is all over the world. I mean, from damn near Canada to Florida, the whole fucking country damn near panic when they say, hey, we going on strike. We're going on strike. We're not going to deliver you.
Because the news hits you with the worst case scenario.
And what's the worst case scenario? That
not
you
being
won't
able
eat.
To have food on the shelves when your people got to eat.
That's
your
true.
family got to eat.
Okay, I'll give you that point.
So that's what causes the panic. They tell you, oh, we're going to do it out. Then they go to 1978 and 77, whatever year it was the last time this happened, how bad it had gotten.
Yes.
They make people reflect on that when half the people that's panicking wasn't even there at that time.
And you know that, and I said that social media got a lot to play with that too. Because back then
it's all social media and
right.
news. I don't want to say fake news because then I'll be quoting our ex-president. But the news always go in and blow things up because that's their job.
That's their job.
So if they get you to panic, they did their job. But if you think logically and watch what's going on.
What's logically?
Logically is thinking with an understanding of what's the true picture is. Doing your homework, looking at the right news, understanding the levels of what could go on, what could not go on, and all those type of things, and what's the next step if it did go on.
Man.
But a lot of people just panicking. Oh my God, they didn't look no further than what they heard on the news.
If you think they panic over the shortage of food, what do you think would happen if they stopped printing money? What kind of panic would that cause? Because now you're not able to, as I say, but you would have to get your hand on reproduced cash. Like what?
Now you got to think about that. Now, when you say not print money anymore, the money is already circulating.
Right.
And if you think of food, there's EBT and budgets for that, where they can buy food without money.
Right.
And it's funny that you mentioned money. I'm hearing that there's another form of money being discovered, or being brought about, I should say.
Implemented.
Right. That's a good word. Implemented in, I think it's China. They coming out with their own currency.
Own currency.
And it's going to phase out the dollar bill.
Yeah.
So that's a whole nother story that we will get into later.
Okay, so let me ask you the next question. Right now, you made a good point when you said that we don't export our food. So now we lose the shortage on our dollars. What does that say about this country? You only be able to spend that currency in this country where it would matter?
Right.
That means
where it would matter is a matter of opinion, but yes, that currency will only be good here. Now, if you can't trade our currency into other countries, that could cause a problem. Because that I don't want to say belittles our dollar, but our dollar will lose.
Is that come from our ignorance or our bullying?
Might be a little bit of both. It's definitely part of our ignorance, because they're coming together. I can't say exactly where. I believe it's China, that they're coming together to and they've done it already. It's how fast it will spread, and it would also spread to the U.S. also.
I think so. I think we do have a real problem here.
But will we use it?
No.
That's the whole thing.
No.
I think depending on how large it becomes, we might not have a choice but to use it.
I don't think so. I don't think this country is advanced enough to realize what it has and what it's up against. I think it just takes the format of what it wants to do and how it wants to do it. Yeah, it's just regular podcasting. Just regular podcasting. Huh? YouTube. Turn in the Living Room TRT. You can find it on YouTube. Living Room TRT. LIVINROOM TRT. And you can find us. I don't have a pen. I don't have anything to write down. You're welcome. Okay. Yes. Not a problem. You're welcome. Sorry about that, people. We get that when we get outside. We usually get those type of, I don't want to say interrupt.
I just say interest.
Interest, yeah. I don't like to say interruption because it's a platform for the people, so you got to give the people a chance. What made me a little nervous is, I should have put my equipment somewhere else, but.
Why would that make you nervous?
I don't know.
I don't know
This
why
the
he was
instinct.
nervous. He was just asking questions about what y'all doing. He see microphones, computers, cameras.
Like I said,
it's interesting.
That's my ignorance.
I'll
say that. I would say that.
It's okay. Draws a magnet.
Let's change the format a little bit. Let's get into our city government right now. The city is in the in the uproar.
Definitely.
Our mayor's being investigated. The feds are all over our city.
People have retired.
Resigned.
Resigned. That's what I meant to say.
Resigned
in their positions that looked as if they was doing pretty good in those positions.
Right.
The school chancellor, I thought he was doing a good job. There was a lot of people that resigned based on this.
That's a good one. Why would a school chancellor have to resign? Is there some way that he would take some type of as a school chancellor? What bribe could you possibly take? Books, computers.
Wait. Nobody said he was involved in any bribe.
You're right.
The investigation,
Allegedly.
the investigation surrounded around the mayor's team.
Okay.
And from what I understand from something I seen yesterday, he said he would have finished out the year, but the mayor asked him to step down.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
and
the plots do thicken.
The plot thickens
when you go into it, but as you said, we won't know the truth until after the fact.
After the fact, the fact that he's even riding out with the ship, would you think it's silly?
No. I mean, if I wasn't guilty of anything, I wouldn't have stopped. I wouldn't have shut down either. I wouldn't have gave up my position. I wouldn't have did none of that. I'll take it to the bitter end till you can prove you're innocent till proven guilty. Allegedly.
Right.
Allegedly. But we know it don't always go that way, especially being the color of our skin.
Right.
we're usually convicted already. Now we have to prove our innocence.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, it is what it is.
And
It's
the
a
social media
situation you
is
gotta face.
they are convicting him all over. So
Yeah.
you know, a good friend of ours, Hawk Newsom, he interrupted one of the mayor's speeches, and in the background he was yelling that he was a disgrace to the black race.
He was a disgrace to the black race. Why?
That part I didn't really get and I didn't understand. He didn't seem to elaborate too much. I think a lot of people believe he was stealing, maybe, allegedly.
Because that's what some of the accusation was
right.
that he was spending government money to travel the world or wherever he traveled to. He's allegedly did some dealings with Turkey, which he wasn't supposed to do. He accepted money from Turkey to help his campaign.
Right.
You know, but
and that part I don't understand.
He's trying to prove it isn't true.
And you know what? That part I'm not understanding. Where a person gets his money from to campaign or raise money, what does it matter? Is that because you may be bringing other nationalities or other business or foreign business inside of the country that you shouldn't?
Well, part of it that I do understand is that, let me see, from knowing business,
Right.
when one hand is washed, the other hand has to also be washed.
True.
So I say that to say, there's not too many people giving favors that don't want favors in return. Now, to use your position to bring about favors for someone, that could be crossing the line, especially if they're not something that's under your jurisdiction, under what you're supposed to be doing. As the mayor of New York, your whole thing is supposed to be to produce and care for the people and the places in New York.
Make sure the people are well taken care of.
Now, if you giving city or state favors to out of the country place, even if they're doing business here, that they looked at as not to be
is that a form?
Not to be proper.
He got accused, you know, and I'm going to elaborate on this for a minute. He got accused of being a disgrace to the black race, which I don't understand.
But without explanation, that's just talk or
hearsay. I'm gonna try to see if we can get Hawk on our, because I really wanted to know what he meant by that. What is a disgrace to the black race? I mean, he's done what any other mayor would do.
Well, we don't know what he's done.
You know, I mean, I'm talking about lead. You know, how a person lead is different from how a person perceive a person should be led. My whole thing is, if you out here and we have a black mayor, that doesn't mean that we're supposed to.
It shouldn't even matter if he's black. Just we have a mayor, period. That's allegedly doing his job.
Right.
You know, somebody's always going to throw slander
all the time. You know, and I think I think a lot of it is coming because he's black. Why you wait till now to bring forth a situation like this when you could have did that when he was running for mayor? All this stuff could have came up when he was running for mayor. You've been investigating this man since 2016 or whatever they said, 2018, from the time he was borough president.
Correct.
So why bring this
Brooklyn
president?
Right?
Yeah. So why bring this up now? All this information had to be in detail already, and you still allow this man to campaign to be mayor.
Well, just having an idea on something and be able to prove it might take time. And I think that's what they did. I think they built their case and did the best they could. And I feel, well, I don't feel, but they feel that they had enough to indict him on.
To me, it just seems like every time a black man gets to a certain status, or can I say status quo? Can we use the word status quo? Would that solidify? Okay, let's use the word status quo. When they get to a certain status quo, it's like they either want to humiliate them publicly, or they want to take their money. That's what it just seems like to me. My opinion, that's my opinion alone.
Okay, but most of the time, before you are attacked, you have to open the door for something to be attacked at. And his opening of the door was dealing with Turkey, obviously.
Right.
Now, it's not to say that there's anything wrong with that, but they do present thin lines that you have to go by dealing with other countries and being in the political
Aren't we allied
forefront.
with Turkey, though? To a certain extent, right? Ain't they part of NATO, if I'm not mistaken?
You could be right.
If that's the case, How can a man break a rule that you, or how can a man break a what's the name, or a treaty, or however you want to call it at this point? I don't want to say treaty because treaty is war. We're not at war. But he broke a business aspect due to the fact of your arrangements that you already pre-put.
Well, from what I understand, this is to be seen.
You made me nervous.
You know, I'm just looking at dude walking past my car. We are in that kind of neighborhood. But anyway.
Yeah, we are.
It's all boiled down to his dealings.
That's crazy.
That's what it is. It's all boiled down to his dealings, and it's supposed to be shunned on that you accept any campaign funding that's not built up from here.
So that means to tell me if I wanted to run for mayor, and the only people I can find is the street hustle team, and they raised the money's not legit because it didn't come from a proper source?
No, the money wouldn't be legit if one of those people that want to help you was connected to an outside source, and they was getting the monies from there and then funneling it through you.
So basically drug money is legal, but foreign money is
American
dirty.
money. I can't say what drug money
that's
is legal.
A good one. That is a good one.
I didn't say that.
You didn't.
Okay.
I said it. I'll admit that. I said that. I put that in my category. I said that myself. I didn't, So it's just one of those things where I just realized that we're living in a days and time where a man is starting to be criticized for the color of his skin, his nationality, and I'm even throw in race.
Well, that's not the way they're putting it. They're putting it, he crossed the line. It doesn't matter what color he is.
I didn't know as a mayor. Well, I ain't gonna say that. I can't say as a mayor I didn't know you had a line. We all knew he had a line.
Of course, all mayors had a line. Look at Governor Cuomo when he was in office.
Right.
He crossed the line too. He wasn't black.
What is the reality of them cleaning the park? Well, I've never known them to clean the park on a Sunday.
Today is not Sunday.
I mean, yeah, you're right. Today is Saturday, and that thing is loud too.
And he basically not cleaning the park. He cleaned the sidewalk, blowing it all in the park.
Back into the park.
He blowing all the leaves into the park. You would think it'd be done at a different time because normally kids is in the park at this time, and he blowing up all kind of dust and everything else.
Yeah. That's why homeboy left.
Yeah. Oh, this is their time to clean the park, I guess.
It could be.
Doing the garbage or whatever.
I'm not gonna mess with the city. It's their time. So, as we get further and further into the situation with the mayor, how much do you think that'll affect the city? Right now, it can't touch our budget. Our budget's already set. He basically did the quarter budget. They gave money, and just like the situation with the federal government, we almost had a shutdown. Nobody talking about that.
Well, they are talking about it. Everybody's being thankful and having a sign of relief and all of that on that it didn't happen because we would have did without.
Especially
the whole
me.
East Coast would have did without.
Especially me with the college tuition.
Why would especially you?
Because oh man, I dropped my phone.
Yeah, you should have dropped something.
Yeah.
Especially you.
Yeah, I was saying that. Boy, I lost a lot of weight. I can reach down on the phone. We got to hold for a minute. Yeah.
I wish I had that much power cleaning my car.
But to me, he's just blowing it right back into the sidewalk.
That's all he's doing, blowing it into the park, into the grass area, into the tree area. So that means he's gonna come over here soon.
Yeah. That's what he want to do. Yeah, I'm not gonna let it bother me, man. Today is a good day. Those people do shit the way they want to do it. I didn't say that just now, did I? Yeah, I did. So, as we wait for the noise to calm down a little bit.
The noise is gonna calm down. Our mics are overpowered.
Yeah,
People just gonna have to listen and understand.
Yeah, it's one of those crazy things.
It's actually not crazy, it's just normal. But you asked, will that affect us?
Yes.
His investigation is on him. It's not on his job as far as what he's doing for the New York people.
Right, but what I'm saying is, while he's been in office, he has made decisions. If they're investigating him, will they overturn the decisions that he already implemented within the city? Can they take that away?
Why would they take that away?
I don't know.
One is not affecting the other.
Right.
Only thing it would be affected if he's found guilty, he'd be removed from office. What's going on is not affecting the city. It's not saying, oh, he did something different for the money for the train system or something like that.
Right.
None of what's going on is really affecting. He's saying it should affect his job. He's still gonna be able to do his job at the best of his ability, and he feels he's been doing a great job. And a lot of other people feel that way too. But there's always going to be people on the flip side of that say, no, we don't want him. We do want him to step down.
I don't know.
I couldn't see anything that I would say he don't need to be in office anymore. Like he wasn't doing his job. I didn't see that. But obviously I'm not there. Other people see things more clearly than I do.
The fact that so many people resigned during the investigation makes me believe that there's something there. I'm not sure if he wants people to see about him, but it might bring other people into a certain area where they might have been guilty and he didn't know. He asked him to resign. Please step down. You'll have to face this without the city ordinance. City supervision. That's how I look at it.
Well, the only thing I can say, if it was cut and dry, he would not be in office anymore. Because what I understand is Governor Kofu. How you say her name?
I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce it.
I apologize for not being able to spell her name correctly.
But the governor of New York.
Governor of New York does have the right to remove him. And she hasn't done that.
Right. So it makes you believe that even what the federal is looking at might not be that interesting where he needs to step down.
Not until he's pronounced guilty, I guess.
Not until he's pronounced guilty. All right, let's end this conversation with the talk of the AI. The AI is artificial intelligence. It seems to be something that's eventually going to take over this country.
It's going to take over a lot of jobs. That I can definitely say.
So what I'm asking you, as we speak on that, yes, it will take away a lot of jobs. Does the government have the right to implement AI in our life?
It's actually the future, so how could you not? I mean, you got to think of, you thinking on the employee side.
Right.
Think of the employer who can mass produce stuff, don't have to worry about sick time and attitudes and all of that, emotions and pregnancy time, needing time off, PTO. There's no PTO time for a robot.
But somebody has to run the AI, right? Or does the AI run itself?
Somebody is what you said.
One person.
That's an individual person can run 20 other, what was taking up 20 other people's jobs.
If the AI takes over a lot of jobs, what do you think is going to happen to the people?
I'm going to tell you one we heard back in the days. They might have to get their weight up.
Wow. How can you get your weight up with no job?
I don't know. I guess they got to understand what's going on and see it as it's approaching and make the necessary steps. I can't say, because that could replace your job, could replace mine. Because they got robots building robots.
Yeah, I know
So
it's going to replace mine.
They don't even need the human mind. They only need the human mind for the design.
Right now, there's a rich person. I don't want to say his name, because I'm not sure if the story is accurate or not. Something that I've read through social media, and sometimes when you read things, it's not always what it seems to be. But there's a person of interest who's selling AIs for $20,000. They're home robots.
Oh, okay.
And they're designed to basically, in my opinion, is to designate your home. I guess domesticate your home, take care of your home, take care of your children if you need be. Could this type of AI be dangerous? If this was implemented and you were able to buy, if I'm not mistaken, the AI is on sale on the market as we speak for about $25,000 to $30,000.
And this capability is to do what?
The capability, I guess, is what you designed it to do.
Oh, program it to do.
Program it to do. So if I guess if you wanted to clean the house, you wanted to take care of the children.
It's going to be able to drop the kids off to school and all of that?
Well, I don't think it's going to be able to work outside the house.
But they also gonna have the cars the cabs that's not gonna need drivers.
Right. Well, they already got that.
Well, I'm talking about more commonly used in the urban environments.
And I think, we are those type of people who drive those what they call Wi-Fi cars.
Okay.
These are cars that connect through Wi-Fi, built-in Wi-Fi in the car.
Mm-hmm.
I think the government already has the opportunity to take over and shut your car down whenever they want to.
Certain cars, I've heard that about.
Yeah, so I think this right now, to domesticate the AI, it might serve a purpose for the people of the elderly who can't afford to get home attendants.
So wait a minute, you can't afford a home attendant.
24 hours.
Well, which the government will probably provide to you
Right.
based on your history.
Right.
But you're going to be able to afford a $25,000, $30,000 robot that's going to help take care of the things, so you throw your trash out.
Never
Be
get
able
sick.
to call 911 if your pressure goes too low, because
Right.
it can monitor your pressure from a distance.
Right.
Don't have to worry about falling asleep on you because it's a robot.
Right. Those are the advantages.
So we'll always be alert.
Right. So those are the advantages.
Okay.
What are the disadvantages of having something like that in your home? And you're locked inside with this AI.
Yeah, that everything has a flaw to it.
Yes, it does.
So you're saying the robot's not gonna have a flaw also?
Uh,
A certain spark could go down.
to
And,
call it a flaw, I wouldn't say yes or no. But will it have the ability to perform out of control? Yes.
perform
Malfunction.
Malfunction. Okay.
Malfunction. I was just trying to use something that the people could really, because a malfunction could lead. I've watched it. You remember the movie I, Robot with Will Smith?
Yes.
The ability of the good robot being blue and the bad robot turning red. So my whole concept at that point is, what if the robot turns red and you're locked in and you're an elderly person, and
That actually happened in the movie.
right, where
And
you
the robot told
basically
me, I think you should sit down and go relax yourself. I do
locked
not
in
wanna-
the closet.
Yeah, I do not want to put you. I do not want to have to restrain you.
So
And the robot was ready to get physical based on the command that it was given.
with the movies that they show an AI taking over several AIs and wanting to control the world.
Right.
But the AIs might make food a little faster. They might do things in a mass production that people couldn't do.
Well, that's a known fact. That because they don't need sleep, they don't need a break, they don't need to use the bathroom.
Well, who will be able to control this AI if it's in your house?
Another system.
Will you have full control of your AI? No, right?
You're supposed to. It's yours. It's in your house. It should respond to your command verbally.
That's not.
That's how
always
it was
good.
in the movie.
Right.
They
Right.
used to walk to the store with them, and even if they was assaulted or someone ran up on them, the AI would literally stand in front. Would literally stand in front and protect you.
I do believe that we are going to face AIs in the future. I do believe
definitely.
that. I know that for a fact. The whole thing, I just want people to understand that they're not human. And if you treat an AI as human, or you fool around with these AIs in your phone now and the way they can do the voiceovers and things like that, I think we're going to be in trouble. I just think we're going to be in trouble. I mean, it's going to be easier now because you do a lot of things over the phone. You can do a lot of things over the phone. Voice recognition is a mother. And if this is the case, then I think this country is really going to be in trouble.
But it has a upside and a downside to everything.
Yes, it does.
Okay, just let's talk in situations of crime, where imagine a robot coming on the scene like RoboCop or something like that can monitor your heart rate and know you're about to pull the trigger before you pull the trigger, and react to that. It's a lot moving forward.
That scares me.
That means
doesn't terrify
that means
me. It
evolution
scares me.
scares you.
Yeah, it does a little bit.
Coming out here can scare you, and this is not AI is not even here. Coming out here and like you mentioned before, getting on the train scares people sometimes. Going to work, the daily work activity scares people.
I said this one time, and I hate to put it this way, but I think the worst thing this country ever did was get involved in Bluetooth and Wi-Fi.
How could you stop that?
You couldn't. But I just think it's the worst thing because it leaves everybody with control over somebody else's situation, and that scares me.
Not always so, because you have things to protect you against that.
Well, what I mean by that is, if you sit in the park, your Bluetooth will cross.
But
your
you
Wi-Fi
can put a
will
block
cross.
on that.
Yes, you can.
Right. There's certain
But
things. Just like for everything that opens a door, you have the ability to close it.
Yeah, but it also can be broken. It
Okay.
also can be broken. You have people
so you're saying the block can be broken?
the block can be broken.
Okay.
The password can be figured out. It's a dangerous situation that we must move forward with. We have to move forward.
Right. And the moving
with-
forward
right.
consists of alerts
Yes.
and things like that warn you
Right.
against things about to go wrong. Just like I'm sure you get the alert saying a virus is attacking your phone
Yes.
and all of that kind of stuff.
Yes.
It alerts you. It
Yes.
lets you know. So you can take the proper precautions to not allow it.
But the government also sends out a unnecessary so you can buy the virus too. So what they
Right.
put out, they selling to you right back anyway.
Right.
So
It don't have to be the government.
Well, who else could it be?
It could be anybody trying to sell software. They trying to sell the antivirus software. Somehow they get a list of alerts or get a list of people's phones who are potential for a virus.
Right.
So they send you, because I get them all the time, saying, "Oh, your phone has been attacked by whatever outside source." To eliminate that, press this button and we can clear all your non-needed apps and all this other crazy stuff.
And you believe that? I don't believe that.
I don't do that at all.
But my whole situation, I'm trying to say, is that it's that one time, though. It's that one time that they send out that virus that takes over your phone. Now, mind you, we walk around with a small AI. This is a small AI.
Okay.
Some people call it a smartphone, other names for it, but it's a small AI. It basically can do what your house computer can do if
Yeah.
you really know how to use your phone.
Yes.
You can
Print
sit
and all of that, but
separate-
you can
right.
print, but you just can't print from there.
from
but
this particular device.
Yeah.
You have to have another device to connect to or whatever, or Wi-Fi
Bluetooth
or
too.
Bluetooth too. Just like with the music and the speakers that they got now. So what I'm saying to you is, what stops a person from sitting in the park right now, just from the window or whatever, or wherever we at, and they decide that the person who really knows how to use their phone connect to what we doing, even though we're not using Wi-Fi right now.
Right, but that's somebody who spends hours of time on computers all day, and that's all they do. They learn that kind of stuff.
Well, it's
They
just
learn
like
how to hack and break into systems and all that kind of
what is happening with the people who own banks right now. They can't stop these people, I don't want to say third world countries, but these people are from third world countries who get our information, and with that information, your commercial bank sends it over because they don't want to deal with the backlash of you calling in. They use these people as telemarketing.
A lot of these people,
And
their
them-
information is also sold.
It is sold. It is sold. Remember, we had that. We had
It's
that
sold to
conversation.
overseas
Yeah.
countries.
Most people didn't even watch our thing about identity theft. People didn't tune into that to pay attention to what we was really talking about. I think this is something that's really, really happening right now.
Well, it's
And
been happening. We actually know people back in our days that used to sit home and do that all
They used
day.
to do that all day.
Just sit there and hack and create IDs and credit cards. That was a life for someone else.
Yeah, it was. And
And it
imagine
still is.
Imagine the person, if it's a life for somebody, imagine the person who made it a career. And
There
who's
are-
able to
there
sit
are
in their
people
house
who don't
and
pay,
hack
who don't file
everything.
taxes, who
Yeah.
don't look for a job. They're not even gonna do that. This is what they do. This is their
what
job.
they do. This is their job.
They wake up to do this every day.
Man, just to think of where we came from to where we going.
And it's gonna.
And
Some
it's
people say
dangerous.
it's gonna get better. Some people say it's gonna get worse. It depends on where you at on the spectrum.
I don't know what's worse and I don't know what's better. All I know is right now in the times I'm living in, the seesaw is so crazy right now. You could sit on one, don't even know who's on the other end. That's how crazy it is. But I hope everybody takes heed to this. I hope you take the time to like and subscribe. Make sure you send to our Cash App, Living Room TRT. We under the Cash App. Please donate $1. We would appreciate you donating $1. No more than $1. Anything over $1, we will send back. That is a fact.
I disagree. I disagree. If you send $2, I ain't gonna send one back. I'm just gonna thank you twice.
Amen. I agree. Do I agree? I don't know. Just Cash App. if you can. We would appreciate that. So we can continue to bring you content such as this. I got that from, I forgot homeboy's name. Yeah, I did. I definitely stole that line. All right, people, until we meet again, man, we want to thank you for giving us your ear, your vision, and everything else. We understand it's a little noisy today, but it's a beautiful day in the park. Hopefully the kids will get out here early and get their ride on and get their, because it is a beautiful Saturday morning.
Yeah, weather is definitely about to change.
Yeah, it's about to change, so make sure you get out. Like I said, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you check out our other shows. Please make sure you check out our Identity Theft. Please watch that show.
No, they just got to think of what AI, the transformation of AI and all that's going on.
All of that.
There's a lot going on, so you can't, I don't know how people say they're bored.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot going on. It's a lot to put your interest to. I mean, from the almost the closing of the whole east side as far as produce and
The harbor.
harbors and all of that. It's just a lot going on. I know we got the Diddy situation going on. It's not completed. There's a lot behind the scenes. They say he's possibly just a middleman. This can get real deep. His life almost possibly in danger. But like I said, if I'm telling the part that I know, imagine how much more truth is actually out there.
Right.
Because I'm the fourth party who receives information.
That's a good one. If we're delivering information, imagine how more out there.
Yeah. And the little truths that we come up with, there's a lot more truth to this story.
There it is.
It definitely is.
Stay tuned, people. We appreciate you. Randy Tone Show, Living Room TRT. Big Tone is in front of me. I'm Double R410. I don't know why I changed my name to Double R410. Yeah, I got a clothing line coming out.
Yeah.
That's what I'm working on.
Sound like you're a little confused. But
I
it's
ain't
okay.
confused, man. I'm working on some things.
I hear you.
You got your things coming up. The executive travel is coming
I don't
up.
talk about it. I let it happen.
You let it happen. People, until we see you again. I done said that 3 times.
That's okay.
Is that you?
No, my car right there.
Oh. All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all have a good evening.
Peace and love always.
All around swinging, I'm stacking my digits. Burning them bridges, can't be giving my digits up to any of these random ass bitches. No, I get caught in my feelings. Let me talk my shit, cause I just made it out the bitch I was digging. Tell them how you living. Got the plug on call, with the iPhone slow. And I really did it all in a New York minute. No, this ain't a trust fall, but you acting like I wouldn't catch you slipping. But I'm on stage, stay pillin'. Fuck all their opinions. Mask on, now we back in the business. All these niggas want the bag, I want billions. I just hopped out the plane with them pelicans.